Hello and a huge welcome. In this session, I want to take you through a beautiful journey of uncovering how to attract so much money that it doesn't even make sense. You completely redefine what money actually is, the art of attracting illogical money. When we talk about illogical, insane, magic money, it's a different paradigm. It's a different world. It's a different frequency. Whereas price tags do not make sense, where it's not the value for money. Like sometimes we say it is a good value for my money. Is it a good exchange for my buck? It's way more artistic, way more limitless than that, where we are not operating on the frame of if I work these many hours, I get this much money. If I work more, I get this much money. If I have these many clients, I get this much money. If I have more clients, I get this. It's not so mechanical. It's not so calculated. It's not so logical, but it's completely illogical. When what it looks like is that people are not paying you your paycheck, but God is paying you paycheck. It's like the money in a completely different zone where hours are not exchanged by money, where it's not effort for money. It's more like insane. It's like I do this and it impacts thousands of people, millions of people, and I make millions and billions of dollars, right? That kind of money where you don't even know what to do with it. Most of the world is operating on the provider money, where you have to provide, you have to pay your bills, where you need money. You receive this much money, you pay the bill, you make sure it's enough, you're not in debt, you're paying, you're covered. All of these things, even the word comfortable and sufficient and enough, are in lack because there is a ceiling. Even enough has a ceiling. When it's at the ceiling of enough, it's enough. And after that, it's like all these words have a ceiling. And when we talk about these words, we are constantly reflecting our ceiling. But then there is a space where there is no ceiling, when it's just insane, when it's just illogical, when it's so much money that you even redefine what money is. Like, for example, when we think about oxygen, right? We don't calculate how much oxygen we are breathing. We don't say we are inhaling this much, we're exhaling this much is left, or we need to have. We are just, it's just is. It's not even a question of enough money or enough oxygen or not. And the highest level of consciousness of money is that it's just is. It's always there. It's always coming and it's always flowing, and there is infinite supply of money. But there is a way to create the demand through your consciousness where the infinite supply meets you there. Because if the demand is not there, it doesn't matter how much supply is there, it's not going to work. It's not going to add up. It's about meeting the infinite supply of money. This frequency, this zone is a magic zone. In this zone, we have absolute power over money. In this zone, money doesn't control anything. In this zone, when the sales are down or we didn't hit the number that we expected, it doesn't take away our frequency. We are not finding the feeling in the numbers. We are not looking at bank account and saying, oh, there is enough. Even that is a limitation, right? Where the power is coming from within, the magic within us. This kind of money demands redefining your wealth consciousness. Before I really go on redefining, what I want to do is I want to check, and it's a very good contemplation for you to see where you're tangling your wealth consciousness, your power to receive with anything. We think in our childhood, we are told if you're kind, you will get the love, you'll get the support. If you please other people, or if you do the right things, or if you be a good boy, if you be a good girl, if you work hard, then we start to tangle these things with money. As much as I want you to be super kind, but I don't want you to have this loophole with money, another hoop to climb, that you need to be a good person, you need to please other people, you need to make sure everybody's happy for you to attract money, because there are a lot of evil people who are attracting a lot of money. Not that it gives us the right to be evil. I'm just saying that there is no like correlation. Your worthiness to receive hasn't been questioned in any way. if I work hard, then I can justify myself receiving. I see so many of my clients when they start working with me, until I see this over and over again, until they justify them working hard, sacrificing for the money, they don't even allow themselves to receive it. They don't even see that possibility. Then a thing that comes is that I need to have a morning routine. I need to be very disciplined. I need to be this person. I need to be very good looking. I need to have my shit together all the time. I need to be super confident all the time. No, none of that is tied to money. The thing that is tied to money is that you deciding to see that I receive now, and I see myself receiving money, and I'm worthy of it now. Now, the other thing which I saw a pattern with a lot of people, including myself, we think when I have these many followers, I'll have more money. When I have done this, I'll have more money. When I'll do this strategy, I'll have more money. And what I found a pattern within me, which was really, when I peeled this off, money literally came in crazy quantities, that we tie our receiving to one thing. We do that thing, and then we tie our receiving to something after that, and then we tie our receiving to something after that. It's like we never get to the point where we're like, you know what, now I receive. Actually, you're stopping yourself by telling your mind, I need to do this to receive. I need to do this to receive. And this is where we realize you get to receive right now. Where you're saying, I can't have this because of this and that, you're stopping yourself. You're putting the bar. The other thing with wealth consciousness, which is really, really important, is to realize that people who have a strong wealth consciousness have absolute power over money. That means the amount of money in their bank account doesn't dictate how they're feeling. When you ask God or source that I want more money, or you're manifesting more money, often we attract contrast in our life. The sales are not where we want them to be. We are not earning the money we want to earn. And this starts to make us question, what am I doing wrong? Why it's not working? Why it's taking so slow? But the interesting point is that it is actually helping you build that consciousness. There are two ways people go about it, and I will highly recommend the second one. The first way is, the moment there's a contrast with money, their frequency goes down, and that's when God universe realize you're not a match, because you're still in that fear state. The amount of money is dictating your frequency. It's not the other way around. You attract more contrast because that needs to shift, and then you attract more, and it keeps playing up with your mind. And I've seen people go through this, that they lose it all. They lose it all, and when they lose it all, they realize, you know what, it wasn't that scary. What they realize is there is nothing to lose anymore. What they find is they find this power which is irrespective of what they have. They find their inner power. They find the part of them that is not touched by any contrast in the world. And in a very, very deep way, Viktor Frankl, in his book, The Man's Search for Meaning, talked about that. And he said that when he lost everything, so he went through the worst abuse and worst trauma that anybody could ever go through. And I'll show you the way we don't have to go through any of that. And that's why I'm doing this session right now. What he went through was extreme physical abuse. They killed his family. They killed his wife. They even took his wedding band. He was in the concentration camps in Germany. And they burned his house. They did all sorts of abuse. And he remember when they ripped his marriage certificate. That was the only thing he had. The only thing that was left. When they ripped it, he said, I lost it all, but I found something within me. I lost it all, but I found the part of me which nobody could take away from me. The power to feel, the power to think, I can feel. I can choose how I feel. He lost it all, and he tapped into that. The reason we attract contrast is because we get to tap into that power where we're like, oh my God, I'm still okay. I'm okay. There's a part of me which is separate from the trauma, the things that go through in my life, the losing, the not working out, the delay, everything, and I'm still solid. I'm okay. I'm always here. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. We are always gonna be living. Even when we die, we're just changing the form, but we're always gonna be there. It's like when you realize there's nothing to lose, you start to play to win instead of trying to protect yourself, trying to protect the heartbreak. But there is a second way of going and building that powerful wealth consciousness without having to lose it all. is finding that peace within you right now and realizing that I am okay. I'm always going to be okay. And even the things I'm fearing, they're not that scary. Often when I start coaching, when I have the first session with my one-to-one client, I ask them this question. I'm like, what is your worst case scenario? What is the thing that you're really scared of? And they tell me, and what we establish is it's not as bad. And when we do that, they have this next level of freedom where they're like, let's play, let's go all in. It's like when you're not scared of the heartbreak, right? Either after the heartbreak, because you're already broken, you cannot avoid it, or you find that power within you, your heart gets wide open. You're not playing with your head, you're playing with your heart. You're playing with all the love. You pour your heart, your soul, your love, your desire, you into that. You're not protecting yourself, you're not hiding behind anything, you're not saving. We are not playing to lose anymore. We are not scared of losing. We are like, you know what? No matter what, I am my worthiness and who I am and my essence is irrespective of what I achieve, what other people think about me, how much money is in my bank account. The reason I came to this planet is a miracle. I'm a spiritual being. I am my God self having a human experience. Nothing in this human experience can take away me from me. And building the wealth consciousness is tapping into that no matter how much money you have in your bank account, when you stop fearing losing money, you find your wealth consciousness. And that's when you make those moves. That's when you play with all your heart. That's when you're free. Tapping into wealth consciousness is setting yourself free from yourself. This is the beauty. And as you start to untangle and set yourself free and play no matter what, and play because you're here to win and you're not scared of losing, because losing is not really losing. It's like, it's a show. It's not that serious. We all gonna die. Let's not tiptoe through life to make it safely to that. Let's not protect ourselves. Let's not protect the heartbreak. Let's play with full love, full passion, full desire. When we do all of that, we have absolute power over money. And then we can start reinventing our relationship with money. What does it mean? How do we reinvent? We realize that money is not mechanical. Money is a delightful experience. Money is always there for you. It's an infinite supply. So when you receive it, you're not fearing losing that. Like I often see this concept of income ceiling. This is so like crazy because when you hit the income ceiling, the reason people hit the income ceiling and can't break through is because the moment they hit it, they're worried about keeping the income ceiling. They're worried about not losing. While they get on the ceiling, they're looking on the floor and looking, I hope I don't go back. They're not focusing on just crashing it down. They're focusing on not losing. And when you're focusing on not losing, your mind is listening, losing. The key is there is nothing to lose. You are okay. Play all in. Give your heart, give your love. What if all you did was win and there was no losing? What if no matter what, you're gonna be okay every time? What if the things you find are so scary are actually not that scary? And the reason we manifest our fears is because it's a rite of passage. The thing you're fearing is not that scary. Now let's start playing again. Now let's start playing. The question is, are you protecting yourself? Are you trying to not lose instead of win? Do you have your heart and soul and all your love? You know, when we love something unconditionally, like when you truly love someone, you don't think, oh, would I be able to get this person? If not, let me just not love this person. Let's just not keep our hopes high. We just fall in love. It's illogical. It's irrational. When I see you, I just go head over heels. I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to think. I don't care. What is the possibility of us meeting? I just love you with all my heart. That's the true love. Love is not based on probability, conditionality. What is the possibility? Am I good enough? Can I have that person? Love is, I just love you, full stop. It's that simple. That is the game with money. That I see myself worthy and I play with all my heart and I'm not scared to lose because I love it. I love it. That is the highest frequency of manifestation. Because when you are scared to lose. You're not interested in winning. Subconsciously, you're interested in not losing. And when we tap into that, we can build a delightful relationship with money. We can start to see money as like it's God in action. It comes and supports us. It's always there for us. We have money. It's an absolute delight. I get to buy that coffee. It's so good. I live my life with pure joy. It's so much fun. I go and buy these clothes. I just pay my bill. It's so good. It's so much fun. Imagine what more can I have? I'm not scared to lose what I've got because I'm fine. I know I'll be fine anyway. I'm way beyond my human experience. When you start to build a very emotional, loyal, peaceful, calm, and relationship with trust and knowing that I know I always have money. But this won't come until you're playing in the zone of not losing. But when you start winning, you start to see money differently. And when you play that kind of game, the relationship with money completely changes. When the things compound so much that less effort gives you so much, and you're like, this doesn't make sense. How is this happening? How come like I do this, I make this move, and it turns into like a compounded effect and what I receive. And then the more you tap into that, the more you're like, it's always there. Money always comes. Money's so good. I always receive it. It's such a pleasure. It's so much fun. It's so light. It's so easy. It's always there for me. That is the feminine receiving. That is unleashing your receiving in a whole new level. But it doesn't happen when we are playing in the territory of not losing. Because that's when we don't have power over money. That's when it's like we are constantly being impacted by money. And the moment money is controlling how you think, how you feel about yourself, your power, you are at the disposal of that game. And the moment you claim that, it's just irrational. It's illogical. It's attracting so much money that you don't even know what to do with. I've paid my bills, everything. There's so much surplus. What shall I do with it? Where shall I go? The key is realizing you have absolute power. And the things you're fearing, they don't even exist. Like that's not that your fear is an over-exaggerated version of the worst case scenario. I promise you, the things that you're fearing right now, if they actually happen, it won't be as bad. And I've seen this over and over again with so many people, with myself. Let's not manifest the fears to find the rite of passage. Let's just find it within us right now. You have it. There is nothing, no experience, anything that can take your power from you, that can take your human essence from you that has been given to you by birth. Let's not fear anything. We are here to play full out, go wild, go crazy, say what you want to say, be what you want to be, really make those moves because we are worthy, and see how money responds, because there is infinite supply. There is illogical supply. There is the frequency available. And you tap into your highest frequency of wealth consciousness.